Here we are back with part 2 of the Airport Fire Engine by LEGO City. This is set number 60499. It contains 691 pieces, retails for $69.99, and this set was provided by the LEGO Group for the review. Thank you, LEGO. And yeah, this is essentially what we have done so far, which is bags 1, 2, and 3. We got rid of the stickers, so that's even better. So we'll use that as a nice, cute little bookmark. And the build so far is keeping my interest. It's not too bad. I've just been interrupted so many times trying to get to it. So right now it's about 9:30 at night. I'm hoping to finish this model up tonight so I can get it off my list. So today I think I'm going to be focusing on bags just 4 and 5. I'm not sure because 4 and 5 don't look all that big. But we'll see how well we go. I try to do these in 40 to 50 minute installments. I don't want to overwhelm and just have these lengthy. So today I'm not sure, but we'll see how well the first bag goes. Okay, so I already took my thumbnail. We're ready to go here. And yeah, let's get to it. Okay, let's begin. Let's build it. I'm hiding from drama right now. Yeah, it's been one of those days or nights. But I have a happy customer about one of my building guides, so that's always a good thing. I always like to read those. And if there's always a problem, I'm always willing to help because that's what I'm here for. Yeah, so this build's not too bad. It's just your typical garden variety LEGO City fire truck. But it is keeping my interest, which is even better, so I'm not complaining about that. And I actually needed some of these. Okay, well, I don't need them right now because we need to get this going first. And so it looks like bag 4, we're just continuing on with this big thing here. Get it the way that the book shows it. And yeah, we got to tile this in here with nothing but black and vibrant yellow tiles. So let's just start plugging things in and keeping our fingers crossed here. So yeah, I got to go back down to my tax lady and I got to go give her a piece of paper. Apparently there's no way to send her forms, and I found out that they do have a fax machine, but I mean, really, who uses fax machines anymore? So yeah, I gotta think about that one. I gotta get a ride to go down there, so I gotta find somebody who's gonna be in that area of town, and then yeah, it's another round trip. Yay for me. Jay, it seems like you're not having a whole lot of fun. No, not really. I'm putting them on this side here too, if you can't see what I'm doing. So you gotta do these on both sides. But, hey, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. But, at least we got rid of that little bag there. It's not too bad. So what I'm planning on doing... oh, I forgot to mention this in the last installment. And today is the 12th of February 2026. My mind's still not all with me today. I've been having a rough day. Alright, we got that done there. I've been working on some tutorials. I got 5 tutorials filmed earlier this week. My mind was hot. So, sometimes I get that point where I can't think of anything. And when you think you get all your daily chores done, it's when you're kind of thinking, well, I got an idea I want to build. So I did. I got 2 tutorials done, or not 2 tutorials, 5 tutorials done. Are not filmed. I mean, they're filmed, but they're not edited or anything like that, but they are filmed. That means the ideas now are preserved. I got 2 rough building guides done. That kind of thing. So it's like, whew, I got that done. And now I am focusing on doing I got a couple more ideas I'd like to share. I won't be able to do that until after I get the tack stuff situated, but that means I got to go into town tomorrow, but hopefully I'll get some more inspiration to share. You know, I got a couple of tutorials that I'd like to work on. Okay, so this tile, at least they got call-outs here to tell you where the parts go. That's even better. I don't know what the age range of this set is. 7+, that's not too bad. And, oh, yeah, by the way, these videos are just merely my notes for the build. They're not to be construed or considered as professional product reviews, how-to tutorials. These are just merely for entertainment purposes and entertainment purposes only. I will try to cover everything in the build, but I may not make a mistake, so do not hold me accountable for making boo-boos. Makes very interesting content. And yeah. And harassment and bullying will not be tolerated, and I will just block you. How about that? I haven't had anybody yet, but you know, I have to read all that off. Let's just get that out of the way. I need to start making that more as my regimen for the beginning of the video. But at least I try my best to show you what I'm doing, and you know, to kind of point things out that we may run into, like troubles and stuff. So it's like this is for the water cannon. I mean, this build's going pretty fast. I don't feel like we're just kind of doing pointless stuff here. Okay. Yeah, but the person I got a ride for, I told him my situation. They got kind of snappy with me. I said, "Hey, listen. Right now, I can't legally drive a car until I get my new glasses and stuff." And well, you should have had all this planned ahead. It was one of my buddies. I was helping them with their taxes. Well, I won't be doing that again. So now on, and I don't want to make these into a full-blown rant session, but now I'm no longer doing anybody's taxes or anything until mine are 100% fully done, filed, and returned to me. Yeah, I was just like, really? Worst comes to worst, though. Some of you say, so I know some of you say, Jay, you just sound like you're all tired and you're always angry. Yeah, no, that's putting it very lightly. Yeah, but I could go for doing something else. Matter of fact, these are, ouch. Okay, I thought these were shorter than 6 studs. I needed them for something, but no. These are really good chain link fence pieces if you wanted to make a chain link fence. I don't have a lot. Yes, they do make them in silver metallic too, which is even better. Okay. And yeah, let's put, well, it's supposed to fit in there, huh? There we go. Alright, so looks like we're even. It's sitting right on the bottom. Okay, good. I was trying to line it up here, but no, that's how it's supposed to be. Even the book shows it like that too. Not too bad at all. Yeah, but at least now, I tell you, I feel like that absent-minded professor in college. Yeah, I'm trying to get everything done and trying to please everybody else, and yeah. Maybe we might have this done before we know it, huh? This is not... You know what? The parts in here are medium. They're medium to large. There is some small pieces. I think we get a little bit of everything in here. Now, the set is still at a 10. I haven't seen a reason to ding this off. It's just average. Average does not mean I'm going to flunk it or anything. It's just average. I'm not bored with it. But it's nothing special, too. So we're doing something with the rear here, and you got to make 2 of these. Yeah, but today I just feel like I wanted to cry. Because nothing was going right, and inconveniencing people, and then finding out I forgot something else and all that stuff. Yeah, so it looks like we're working on the rear portion here. And yeah, I'm just kind of... One of my friends said, you need to go smoke something. And I said, oh, I'm not doing that. I said, it's tempting, but no. Just how boring life is. Alright. But anyways, though, back to more exciting stuff. I mean, I really want to get back into those Pokemon sets. I'm hoping to get to those soon. Oh, and by the way, well, no, we'll save that for the next installment here. We are missing a blue tile. Did that get left in one of the bags? I bet it probably did. It did. Hey, I didn't accuse Lego this time, huh? I can't make it. I can't be... Okay, if you don't want to come out, I'm going to force you out. All right. Yeah. Jay, you need to slow down. I know, I wish I could. I mean, this thing's really well thought out. I mean, and this is Snot Method here. I mean, this is you know, Lego, I have to admit, though, with Lego City, they make really good vehicles. It's just like that airport, it stinked, but the airplane was pretty good. It's just, it's like this. That's what we have remaining for bag 4. Everything is pretty good up to this point. And so this would lock all this together. Now, if yours doesn't go in, you're going to have to wiggle these in. Now they go in. See? Got that taken care of. And yeah, nice and rounded at the back. And that's it. Okay, we only did 12 minutes, so I mean, I may as well just keep going here with bag 5. I may regret it. Well, it's not too bad. But I'm going to be honest with you, it's just red and black, you know. I mean, it's... Usually I give shout-outs towards the end of the video, but I'm not going to let you guys out that quickly. But we're putting together a fire lady. Alright, so that is even better. We've already put together a couple of minifigures so far, so I got to put together like 4 of them. So this would be our 3rd one. And does she have a single-sided head? Oh, she's got double-sided, so we'll show you that here in a bit. Let's get her all set up here, ready to go. Yeah, see, what makes it worse when you got all these extra things you got to do, like taxes and stuff, it makes it worse. You're trying to beat the clock. I had all my ducks in a row. I just had a piece of paper laying on the floor that's going to cost me probably more gas and stuff that I have to pay my buddy. I was even looking for a way to email them or contact them and say, hey, don't do anything yet. I got a form I got to submit. At 5 o'clock, that's it. Everybody gets shut down out here. I may as well live in a small little mountain town, but she's got a full set. A double-sided head, and there's her helmet. So she's ready to go out there and battle the front line there with all those fires. Not too bad. So she's done. Okay, now we're back to the fire engine. Okay. What I'm going to do here, and I find this out to be very handy. Oh, that's a nice piece. These are built on. Alright, we got a ladder. Let's start sorting parts out until we find what we need here. It's all black and gray. So now I'm starting to feel a little fatigued out on doing this set. I just feel like we're just doing the same old nonsense again of the colors now are starting to get to me a little bit. I mean, the build's interesting, but, you know, like I've said in the last installment, it's just your garden variety fire truck. Nothing special. Yeah, sometimes you know who your friends are when you say, hey, can you help me with something? I think my problem is I bend too much, you know, and then I forgot to put a form in there. Now it started a little bit of drama. And I just thought, yeah, I won't be offering any more help anymore. Jay, can you help me with my taxes? Oh, no, I'm doing mine first. Mine are going to be fully done before I even tackle yours. No more of this, I'm doing 3 or 4 people's at one time. It's bad enough I got to do mine on the jobs taxes. At least I got all that prepared. But what I'm going to do before I make a trip out there, I am going to call them and make sure. But they don't open up until, I think 9 or 10 in the morning. Jay, what kind of place do you go to that doesn't open up early? That's a good thing, but I got to make sure. This lady gets things done very quick, so she's already got mine. She'll have to do an amendment on my taxes, and that means that could probably cost more. If that's the case, then I will no longer do anybody else's taxes until mine are fully done. You know, lessons learned, you know. Since my dad's passed away, I've been doing a lot more double duty than I usually do. Because my dad used to take care of a lot of the business stuff. But since I've took over everything and everything's put in my name now, I have not had a chance to slow down. I got black ones of these. I'm looking for more of these clips here. So it's like getting extra stuff dumped in your lap that you kind of wish would go away. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bored with this. It's just black and red. Red, it's not too bad, but I'm trying to find clips. I got to make 2 of them. I only have enough to do that. Alright. Well, I guess we're going to have to plow through it, huh? I got these. I have these here, but they're black, and I need... These are dark gray, but I need black ones. I'm missing one more. It's in here somewhere, folks. I'm going to find it eventually. I thought Lego would calm my nerves, but maybe it's not today. Maybe that's my problem. I think I just need to crawl under the covers and just sleep. Nope, can't sleep. I got to deal with more tax work tomorrow, so I won't be able to do that. Well, did the bag eat that one up too, or is it hiding? Let me move that out of the way. Okay, there it is. Okay, and then, yeah, these are becoming more of a rant session than anything else. Okay, so now we got those installed. And then, but one of my buddies was telling me on the phone, he's like, man, you really do need to slow down. I said, all right, now I can't do anything like that until, oh, we don't need, oh yeah, we do. I said, I can't do anything right now until after I get all the state and federal stuff done. I said, then I got to deal with doctor's appointments. I have a doctor's appointment next week. I got to find somebody to take me down there. Everything is just not falling into order here. This has like been the year from hell, and I just haven't had a chance to get anything done. Okay. Now it looks like here we're building some other little doodad piece with these. I'm hoping to get this one filmed tonight. I don't have... I'm trying to think of any fun things to talk about today that happened earlier that I may have forgot. But that's the thing, though. Nothing fun happened. No weird stories. no bar fights or anything like that. It's just, you know, nothing to, I was going to say, seaworthy. Oh, these slopes here? Oh, I can keep, I need those for making roofs, so I got those. All right. Oh, so this is the engine. Okay, so this is the 8-cylinder engine, I believe, or 4-cylinder. If anybody want to correct me on that, that's fine. Ugh. Trying not to yawn in your ears. Yeah, so that means I got to go to bed early, get into town early tomorrow, drop all that off, and yeah. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to put that plate in there. What was I doing? Yeah, my mind's up in the clouds, and it's not a cloud that I want to be in. Wait a minute, we need round ones, not those. I was going to come back here and film, but I had to help everybody around the house again, and I thought, you know, I want to get back here and film. So if they come knocking on the door, I may have to just put something on it. Say, okay, this means do not bother me, I'm filming right now, because I got to get this stuff done for Lego. You know. Okay, that's a nice little engine piece, just simple. Obviously not going to be road worthy, and then this sits right in here. So the engine does pop out. Well, that's not a good thing if you're on the road and that thing flies out, huh? Yeah, got that in there. So that takes care of the engine. Okay, so the next piece here is going to be this. Now, I was thinking about how am I going to do the tour on this. I'm just going to hold the build up and point out its features. It's better than holding a video camera in my hand. That means that, oh wait, we got to put 2 tiles. That means all I got to do is just bring it up like this and then show you what I'm working on. It would be a lot better, and then I can do freehand stuff. Yeah, I think that's going to be easy for me. I don't know if I'll even get to the thing tonight, but I'll be busy tomorrow, so I won't have time. Since work started back up, I have been on the go, and it's only been 4 days. Alright. And then this thing here. Oh, no. I thought we were done, but we are not done. We're getting there, though. Yeah, but I'm glad you guys and gals are here to lend an ear. I did read your comment, Brick Bard, about, you said something, you kind of stopped YouTube because of all the stuff going on. Here's what I deal with, right? How I handle all this stuff. I don't know if you're watching this or not. When I get somebody who's being a turd, it very rarely happens, but you know, you get some that kind of pass the thing now. YouTube's got a lot of moderation tools. You know. Block them. Usually that works. And, I mean, it keeps them at bay. Speaking of bays, I bet that's what we're putting the door on this right here. Oh, wait a minute. No, that don't go that way. It goes like that. Okay, I'm being silly. Yeah, so that's how you keep the trolls at bay. Or did I put that on backwards? Well, indeed I did, and I got to take more stuff off of that. Well, I can't get that off. And a brick separator does not help when they're stuck on that stick. But that's how I deal with the trolls today. I just kind of ignore them and stuff. Okay, that's pretty seamless there. Well, we got a hole back there. Looks like we got another hatch to put on that. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing right now, is another hatch. Yeah, I think this set is... Alright, please stop telling me my battery's about to die. That's why batteries don't last long on these stinking things. So right now I'm going to get this rear hatch done. But I'm going to try my best to get this thing done tonight, and then tomorrow go back into that town again and take care of all that. Hopefully I can get to it in time. But I'm just debating if I should call up first and find out. See, the thing is, I can't leave them a message. They don't even have an answering machine. You know, maybe I might call them up and see if there is an answering machine. They didn't say anything about it. I may just do that and find out. I'm trying to avoid going into town. When you can't drive a car, it makes it hard right now. I'm still, I mean, legally, I'm legally to drive, but without any type of visual aids, I can't. And that's where I was kind of just like, you know. But at least I have a working car in my garage. I can at least utilize that. So I think that goes on the back, and yes, it does. Let me make sure I put this one in the right way. We'll put it in that way. No, it goes like that. Okay. That doesn't fit in all the way. Oh, you got to tuck that in. So if yours hangs like this, yeah, just lift this up, stuff that in there. Boy, look how nice that looks. You know, I mean, it's nice looking, and that takes care of the rear. This is getting weight to it. So when I do the tour, I'm just going to bring it up like this and show its features. I think that's going to be a lot better than just whipping out the other camera and just doing the whole thing. Okay, now we're turning our attention back to here again. I'm hoping the indexing on these is a big help for you. This flame here is becoming a turd. We got a leak here. The thing's just pouring fuel all over the place. Now we got to make 4 of these. So yeah, I'd say most of the bags take 15 to 20 minutes to put together. I got plenty of free time to get this one done here. Oh, this stupid thing has got 5%. I thought the battery on this thing was charged. That means I got to run out and go get an extension cord, so hopefully this thing will last that long. Why do I have a timer? I try to time myself on these to try to keep everything at bay. Trying to make the builds more speedy without losing quality, you know. I try to look at things. I should not spend no more than 20 minutes per bag. It depends on the size of the set. Like this one here, probably no more than probably an hour and a half. But I don't think you guys and gals want to sit through an hour and a half of me complaining about things, so I don't want to punish you that much. We don't have a lot of parts here. I think we can manage this here. You know. And then now we got to put some stuff here. We got to make 4 of these. I know my girlfriend's been working non-stop. She's clocking in about 60 hours too. We only get to see each other really like late at night and once a week. But she doesn't want to give up her RN job, and I don't blame her. It's like with me, you know. If we were married, I'd be up to her. You know, one of my friends like, if you guys were married, would you still have her work? And I said, I wouldn't care if she works or not. That's up to her. I said, we both have career level jobs. It would not make any sense. If you're watching this, you have a full-blown career, yeah, you're not alone. There's some that are in the ambassador network that can't handle all this because of the, there's just so much. Hey, oh, and Lego's changing how they're doing the ambassador thing now. Now we have to physically tell them if we want a set or not. But finding out a lot of people turn sets down. I'm probably the only one that probably takes all the offers. You know, I may have to start turning down offers so I can get caught up on other things. But sometimes it's like, it's not free Lego, but it's nice to have the extra stuff. You know. So for you kids out there watching thinking, oh wow, I'd love to have free Lego. No, it's not free. I got to do paperwork on this. Reminds me, I think I got another 4 or 5 reports I got to file this week. And reports take a few hours to complete for one. So yeah, it's not really fun. This back here took us some time, but I think that is it. So I don't know what we did. I think this is just the middle support that we worked on. And yeah, I think we're going to keep going here. And that's what we have remaining there for bag 5. Okay, I'm all plugged up, charged, ready to go here. And we're going to be moving on to bag 6. And I think what I'm going to do is we're going to wrap this up with this bag. So I want to thank everyone on my main channel for being contributors, as well as my Patreon supporters. That's a big help. Because, yeah, maybe that'll persuade me from not complaining too much in these, especially after a stressful day. Ooh, I hope these are not scratched. I want to thank everyone on my Rebrickable profile for taking the time to check out my building guides, both free and paid, and for your kind download. That's always cool. You know, my building guides are what I think are high quality because I have to follow those too. They're not just for me to sell. Those same guides I use all the time when I'm building my own stuff. If I need to reference something, that's how I remember things. And in addition, I want to thank everyone for taking the time to subscribe, drop a comment, all that stuff. That's always a big help. And let me find that black sheet of paper. You know what that means? I don't know. I'm still got papers like nobody's business around me today. All right, where did it go, or do I need to go hunt for it? Oh, there it is. And yeah, so I always appreciate that. That's always a big help with the contributions, and it's free. You don't have to worry about it too much. Okay, this one here has got some scratches. I'm sure you can probably see that there. I noticed this camera really shows them up. All right, well, no. Let's see. Let's take a look at this one. I have to look at them off camera first. I mean, stuff like this, it's maybe got dust or maybe just a pit. I'm not going to worry too much, but that's not too bad. And we have this here. Yeah, that one came out without a scratch. Huh, that's not too bad. I know one even commenting in it. I'm getting my sets all scratched up. Yeah, they don't treat us ambassadors any special, don't they? They just give us scratch. I mean, right now I'm going to have to drop it down to a 9. So, yeah, so I don't know what we're working on now, but we're working on something here. Okay. But like I said, though, this is more or less average, but it's still keeping my attention. I mean, the color palette is starting to get on to me a little bit. But I'm not going to say it's not worth your time. If you're interested in fire stations and fire trucks and stuff, this would be a good thing to add to your fleet. But if you're not into this stuff, I'll understand. Well, that fits all the way in there. You know what? I bet that is for a steering mechanism to turn the wheels. But that doesn't really turn all that much. See, that's what I'm having my issues with. I'm wondering if this is not supposed to be put in this way. Because if it was put in the other way, you'd have more range. You know, but let me take a look here again at this. You know, the one thing about this, yeah, because see, they show those nubs right there. Right by my thumb. See that? That's where they're supposed to be. Oh, well, I mean, I'd flip it the other way and be done with it, but I think the tires will rub into it. Yeah, so right now it's Jay's time. You know, if I'm doing a Lego review. Now, right now is the status of everything. I'm just starting to release the education sets. And, I mean, those are just average builds. Not too bad. Oh, these are printed. So if you got the fire station, which I do have, that's a nice piece to have. This would be really good for that fleet. I'm putting all the printed stuff there for right now. All right, so we got that out of the way. Yeah, so I mean, I know my rants get to some people. I understand, you know, but sometimes these are good little therapy sessions. You know, hearing about my problems, and they're probably thinking, "Oh man, I thought I had it bad." No, it depends. Okay, like that. And yeah, so I mean, at least something like this here, you know. I wish I had smaller sets, but I don't, sadly. I tell you one thing though, since I've had my mop chopped off, my head feels a lot lighter. I even told my barber, so I got to really come in here every couple of weeks. But this year has been, I was supposed to get a haircut in December. I couldn't because I had, you know, family things I had to deal with. And by the time I ended up grabbing some free time, January came around and I had the flu. Yeah, so I couldn't do anything, you know. Now it's February, and now I'm glad I got the haircut done. And yeah, so it's I got that out of the way. I just got a bunch of other things I got to get done, and everything right now, the timing just could not be any worse than this, but it is. But you know, hey, Lego, at least you know, one thing good about Lego is I'm touching a physical product, and I don't have to, you know, look at a computer. I was telling my optometrist about that, and you know, I said I have to take breaks from the computer once in a while. These must be the backs of the seats. He goes, yeah, that's always a good thing if you're starting to experience eye strain. I said, yeah, I said I do. I said I do some physical activities. I didn't tell him it was Lego, because some people kind of freak out over that. So I'm just like, I just do some physical stuff that doesn't require an internet connection, and you know. But you know what? I may see if I can get another ride tomorrow. I may just drop that form off. I know there's something I need to run into town for. I have a problem with my doors in my house. You know that door sweep that goes at the bottom that keeps the draft from blowing in? Yeah, mine are over 20 years old and they're finally dry rotted out. Because a couple of nights ago we had winds that were hitting at 40 to 50 miles an hour. And boy, it's spooky in the house. You could hear the wind howling. It was like, you know, blowing under the doors. We were getting leaves blowing in. I thought, okay, I need to fix that right away. So if I have to go into town, I may just pick that stuff up and then work on the house over the weekend. And there's a place close by that I can pick that stuff up, all right, and get it done. So I may just do that. But the problem is like if I want to run errands myself, I have to do it with somebody else's time. I just have a gut feeling that this is going to turn out to be a bigger mess. And it's not the set though, but I'm just like trying to take my mind off of it, and I keep recalling it. All right, so this goes here. Can you see what I'm doing? Yes, you can. Okay, not too bad. We've got the lights on the top, so it looks like we're focusing our attention here now. So this is probably our steering wheel. We haven't got anything there yet, but we are now. And we need a 3-stud long one, which is this gray one. Something got stuck to my hand. Okay. Yeah, but it feels very stiff. We'll find out how much these wheels turn. I have a feeling Lego made a mistake. Now, one way to check is see if you can see it on the box. Now, the thing about these type of videos versus the speed builds here is not only in addition I can vent my frustrations off to you guys and gals and bore you to death, we can work through the set together if we find a problem. Right now I haven't found any problems. I'd say the only thing I'm having issues with is scuffed and pitted pieces, but I have not had anything else. Now I'm picturing maybe an 8-year-old or 9-year-old kid getting this for Christmas. I used to have this old fire station when I was a kid, and I'm gonna see if I can insert it right up here. That's what it looks like. So that's a note to myself. And that's what I asked Santa Claus for Christmas. Okay? I remember I wanted this fire station so bad, I would tell my dad and mom, I'd be like, I really want that because it looked really cool. It had the garage doors on both sides, and it was, you know, it was just really kind of a fun little build. And I'm just going to put these in first. And I remember telling Santa Claus, I want the Lego fire station. I wanted a new bike. I wanted a new ghetto blaster and all that stuff. You know, I think that year also got a clock radio instead of the ghetto blaster, but hey, I was happy to have at least something to listen to music to. Of course, back when I was a kid, clock radios were like 30 bucks, but they were a clock radio. I still have my clock radio when I was a kid. Still works perfectly. Well, the clock radio I had before that was one of those old-fashioned ones from the 70s with the flip numbers. Oh, forgot to put I wasn't paying attention. Which were really kind of a cool little novelty thing now. The one I had when I was real little, it broke and I don't have it anymore. I'm still trying to find it today. Just the little flip numbers were cool. It was like a Panasonic. But it was really cool looking for the time. And it had like a big old 4-inch speaker. It had headphone jacks, all that stuff. Okay, now it looks like we're turning our attention now to some side mirrors. But back to the clock radio thing, though. You can't even find decent clock radios anymore. But I remember this clock radio would receive a bunch of stations on it and stuff. I think it had TV band, so I can listen to like television stations. There was only one station that we had that we could receive on it, and I remember if I got in trouble and they took the TV away, I could turn on the radio, at least had one station to listen to. It was better than nothing, you know. They didn't take the clock radio out because I had to use that for school to get up in the morning. But I would turn it on, I think it was like channel 10 or something like that. I would turn it on to that and just listen to the to whatever's on TV. And so that's the mirrors that they used here. Okay, that's not too bad. Matter of fact, these are on there pretty good. Well, these are, I mean, this is really thought out very well here. I mean, they're kind of wiggly here, but, you know, not too bad. But yeah, that's what I did. I would just turn on the clock radio. That kind of thing. Okay, now we're going to be doing the side flaps here. And I have a feeling these are going to be mirrored. Okay, so we're going to do that. The one closest to me here is the one I'm going to be working from the book. The other one's going to be its reflection. Now, you don't have to do that, so you can do it any way you want. It is your Lego set. But, yeah, so I remember one time I got grounded for something I did in school. And my mom said, if I come back here and that TV's on, you're going to be in big trouble. So at that night I was in trouble. They had Alf on, and I wanted to watch it. Now Alf I could not listen to on the clock radio. So I would turn on the TV real quick and listen to it. Now, mind you, I can still close my bedroom door. So I would turn the sound down absolutely low, and I would turn the brightness down on the TV just enough to watch it, because from their living room they could see my bedroom, and they would know if the TV was on. So I would do that, and when a commercial came in, I'd turn off the TV, count 3 minutes, and then turn it back on. I'm sure she probably knew I was doing that, but you know, there's always ways kids get around it. Now today, you know, you really can't do that anymore. Because TVs back then, they were big and heavy. They couldn't wheel them out of your bedroom. They were on a cart. I don't know, my mom unplugged it and stuff and said, if I see this thing on, I'm taking it out of your room. You know, I was grounded for TV for a week. It's kind of hard when you had your own TV in your bedroom, but yeah, but you know, but don't tell her that I did that. And then I started getting smarter into, whoops, that don't go there, into electronics. I took apart an old television set, and it had the old rotary knobs. The picture tube on this TV was bad. So what did I do? Removed all the high voltage stuff. Anything that made the TV work and just kept the low voltage. So basically I had the rotary tuners, and then I would have the audio amp and the IF stages and stuff intact. It had a video output jack and stuff that I put in there. It worked okay, but I just left it by my bed as a radio. So if she ever took the TV out, it wouldn't bother me. At least I had full coverage of VHF and UHF stations. And I still have that thing packed up somewhere. I still have it. It survived all these years. And sorry about that, I got interrupted again. And so I had this box and stuff. And so if I ever figured if I'm going to get grounded again, if she ever took the TV out, it wouldn't have mattered. Because I had a way to at least listen to the shows. You know. And it just plugs in. It didn't take a whole lot of voltage. Just your typical low voltage item. Okay. So that's what we should have there. Provided I didn't put these together wrong, right? And then these go right here. So that's how I got around the TV being the grounded thing. Okay, that's pretty good, doesn't it? Now, did I mess up on this side here? Okay. So these must be for accessories, and no, I did not. Oh, that looks really nice. So you got butterfly doors here. Not too bad at all. And yeah, and this is what we have remaining here for bag 6. I got to take care of more chores. But that's pretty much what we've done there so far. Okay, summation of thoughts. And yeah, so far, I mean, it's still keeping my interest. I'm kind of bored with the colors, but I really want to see how this one is put together. And it's built very well. It's built very strong. And yeah, we survived all the way through that, so that's the other door there that goes on. And where's my bookmark? So I'm going to say, yeah, between all the ranting and the stress that I have to deal with today, it's still not a bad build. Not a bad build at all. It's got some weight to it. So the next installment, obviously, will be the review. You know what I'm going to do? Leave the flame like that. These guys are not a part of it, although maybe I should, but we'll leave it like that. And I'm pretty pleased with it. I mean, it's built strong. I guarantee this is going to be built for play. This is not just something that's cheap. It's not something that's flimsy. But I've been pretty pleased this year with the Lego vehicle builds. I think this is very robust. It's not falling apart, and things just feel solid. It just doesn't feel really cheesy, you know. But I want to know what you guys and gals think so far. Is this something you'd purchase for your city? You know, it's kind of large, but it'd be a good little space filler. But tell me what you think.